Chapter 1 Pre-Draft Scoot Henderson. Yes, the good old days. Back when Scoot Henderson was regarded as maybe one of the best guard prospects of all time. He grew up in Marietta, Georgia, and he was cooking. Scoot Henderson reclassified, so his junior year was his last year, but he was the number one point guard of his class and the 7th overall prospect. And, I mean, look at these numbers. 32 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. This dude was tight. He was nice. Even though Scoot Henderson was one of the best high school players in the entire country, he opted to not go to college because he was already so tough at basketball that he basically didn't want to go do grades and school and stuff like that. So he opted to join the G League Ignite, which I don't even think exists anymore, but at the time is basically the place you would go if you just wanted to hoop and you didn't want to do any of the college stuff. Even though he was recruited by colleges like Auburn and Georgia, he just passed it by and said, I'm going to join the G League Ignite and I'm going to cook. And that honestly worked out for him. This is really where his career was put on the map. And everyone was watching, bro. And even though his stats weren't as good as they were in high school, and they were honestly kind of underwhelming, a lot of people attributed that to G League Ignite, saying that, oh, it's Ignite's system, it's the way they do things. They just kind of let them go out there and hoop. Their coaches aren't that good. So people just kind of looked past it as his eye test was crazy. The dude's only 6'3", and he was dunking like prime Russell Westbrook out there. Dribble moves, dunking, fast pace, good passes. This guy looked like he had it all.
Great pass into Mecca for the slam. And Henderson, he's really good from that range. This year, they were playing out of Henderson, Nevada. Henderson, 18 years old. He played a little bit with the Henderson pull up. Got it. So it's 59-49. Here's Henderson out front. Got it. Part of the G League this season. Knocking in some free throws now. It's 6 of 10. Here's Henderson with the L back and won it by 10. They're trying to do the same here today with a double-digit deficit. Come back with a win. And
finding it at the right time.
Here's a basket by defense. And Henderson for the three. Grabbed by Henderson. Henderson to the hoop. Left-hand layup good. James Sutherland the third. Off to Henderson for three more. Got it. 7 to shoot. Henderson feeds to the wing, gets it back, and lays it in.
And a lot of people were comparing Scoot to Russell Westbrook, saying that their play style is very similar and they have future projections for Scoot to end up like Russ. And this was Scoot's favorite player of all time. So Scoot was loving this comparison because Russ was his favorite player ever. So he loved it. Guys, look at this absolute gem I found on Reddit. This is one of the first 2023 NBA mock drafts. It has Victor Wembanyama at number 1 and pretty much everything, and Scoot at number 2. It also has a crazy list of names that fell later in the draft that are high up there, but you see the Thompson twins, you see guys like that. And just look, Scoot Henderson was highly regarded early in the mock draft process. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but Scoot was actually in the Rising Stars game, the NBA game when he was still in the G League. He was selected to be in the Rising Stars game. So this was something that was a really big honor for Scoot back in the day. Now, there was a game coming up for Scoot Henderson where he would face off against Victor Wembanyama's Metropolitans 92, and this would be a huge game. The number 1 versus number 2 prospect in the draft. And this game lived up to all the hype. I remember me and all of my friends watching this, and we were like, whoa, Scoot, 28 points, more rebounds than Victor Wembanyama, 9 assists. Victor Wembanyama with 37 points, 7 threes. We were like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a generational battle for the number 1 pick.
California. They are excited for this new home. Scoot Henderson, first jump shot. What we've seen, just so good. Henderson using the screen, blocked by Wembanyama. His Mika gets back to Henderson, finishes over.
Defenders when he raises up to shoot.
Corey, that's not fair.
It isn't.
That's not fair.
I like this matchup.
Scoot Henderson, one-on-one.
Oh my God, Scoot step back over Wemby for 3.
I love this matchup. So does Scoot. Here we go. It's showtime. Scoot Henderson.
Just be active, get out in the open court, and show what you got with a little emotion.
And when you...
Wow.
And I'm dead serious when I say this. After this game, Scoot, some people had him number 1 in the mock draft. The tank was going crazy for Wemby and Scoot. The sweepstakes were on, and the lottery, here we go. And boom, the NBA draft lottery is out, and the Spurs get the number 1 pick, and the Hornets get the number 2 pick, the Blazers get the number 3 pick, and the Rockets get the number 4 pick. So even though the NBA draft, mock draft has changed a bunch, one thing didn't change, and that was Victor Wembanyama and Scoot Henderson in the top 2 of the mock draft. draft. Yes, if you guys don't remember, the Hornets were projected to pick Scoot Henderson all the way up until days before the draft. Yes, guys, don't forget Scoot Henderson was a generational prospect. There was debates if they should draft Scoot, even though they did not think he would be a good fit alongside LaMelo Ball, just because of the talent that Scoot was. And now the day is finally here, the 2023 NBA. Wait, who is that? Is that Ryan Rupert? I don't know who invited bro up on the stage, but it was the night that everyone dreams of, the NBA draft. You are going to get drafted tonight. And with the number 1 pick, the Spurs select, drum roll please, Victor Wembanyama goes number 1, as everybody thought this was going to happen, so there was no shocks here. Boom! Number 2 pick is Brandon Miller. Wow! Everyone was kind of expecting this at the time exactly that it happened, but Hornets fans were not happy, saying that this was Michael Jordan's last shot from the grave before retiring from the Hornets organization. And if you don't believe me or you just don't remember at the time, look at this live reaction from this angry Hornets fan at drafting Brandon Miller. Rah!
Michael Jordan, you've owned the Hornets, the Bobcats, since I've been a fan, man. And every time I think you're about to do something like bad, you do something worse. Hornets fans have been through it all since day one. We have drafted more busts than any franchise. We've had to put up with so much stuff. It has affected my mental to be a fan of this team. And the moment I think, okay, this is it. This is our breakthrough, you know? We draft Brandon Miller. So, I'm rooting for the guy, I guess. It was the wrong pick. I'm rooting for the guy, but that's all.
So obviously that fan was not very happy about missing out on Scoot Henderson. So the 3rd pick, the Blazers draft Scoot Henderson, which was a really odd pick because the Blazers have Damian Lillard at this time, and he just came off one of his best offensive seasons of all time, averaging 32 points per game, dropping 71 and a 60-point game. And let's just say there was a fan at the draft literally holding a trade Dame jersey. What? And about a week after the draft, Damian Lillard requests a trade. Now, Blazers fans were very sad about this, but they knew that they had the new chapter in Scoot Henderson coming in. And a lot of Blazers fans were actually calling to trade the pick for Zion Williamson at the time. This was a real talk at the time to get Dame some help with Zion, but the Blazers front office and Drew Cronin decided to just draft Scoot and see what happens. And then Damian Lillard requests a trade demanding to go to the Miami Heat. Chapter 2, Rookie Year. So obviously Damian Lillard had requested a trade, but something even bigger coming up for Scoot Henderson was 2023 Summer League, where everyone was going to get to watch Scoot Henderson cook on the Blazers in the Summer League team for the first time, and we're going to get to see him up against some nice matchups here. And Scoot Henderson was cooking in the first Summer League game. He had 15, 5, and 6 assists. I'm pretty sure he only played about half the game because he would injure himself. I'm pretty sure it was like an ankle injury or a shoulder injury or something. I don't know what it was. It wasn't major, but he didn't play another game for the rest of the Summer League, but he looked absolutely amazing out there. For the first couple of minutes he was out there in the Summer League. So obviously after that performance, Blazers fans were feeling a little bit better about it. They would lose that game off of a crazy Jabari Smith Jr. buzzer beater 3-pointer, but we don't talk about that. But basically, Scoot Henderson was looking good. They still had Dame on the team. He still was requested a trade. Everyone knew he was going to get traded. So right now at this time, the Blazers were in camp, or they were about to go into camp, and Dame was still on the team. They were just waiting for him to get traded. And boom, Damian Lillard traded. Okay, let's look at this here. He gets traded to the Bucks. The Bucks? What? All right, let's really look at this trade here. The Blazers get Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Toumani Camara, a first-round pick. It's not 2019. I don't know why it says that. And then 2 pick swaps. And the Suns are going to get Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Keon Johnson. And the Bucks get Dame time. The Blazers would quickly flip Drew Holiday for Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon, and I believe a pick. So now they have another backup center to back up Ayton, and then a point guard mentor for Scoot Henderson and Malcolm Brogdon. Because before Malcolm Brogdon was brought in, Dame was gone, Drew Holiday, I mean, like, they needed somebody there. They don't really want to run it with a rookie Scoot Henderson with no vet. So that's, I think, why they brought Malcolm Brogdon in. And Obviously, we all know what he got flipped for later in 2024. But anyways, that's kind of how the trade ended up and settled after all of those crazy talks. And yes, the Blazers did still have Anthony Simons, but he wasn't really viewed as like a vet. He was kind of viewed as also like an emerging star. So I'm pretty sure that's why they wanted to bring Malcolm Brogdon in, or maybe that's just how the trade ended up. But now they had Anthony Simons, Malcolm Brogdon, and Scoot Henderson as their point guard room. So there was a lot to work with there, and there was also a lot to develop there, as Anthony is still young, Scoot's a rookie, and Malcolm Brogdon just came off winning Sixth Man of the Year, but you couldn't really expect him to lead the team. But that's just what the point guard room was like going into the season.
Stephen, which one of these guys do you like for Rookie of the Year?
I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's going to be Scoot Henderson.
Oh.
In Portland.
Okay.
The brother got an NBA body. He's in attack mode. He's aggressive. Him succeeding Dame in Portland and having the reins handed to him, more so than Wembanyama, more so than Chet Holmgren. I'm looking at Scoot Henderson to win Rookie of the Year.
Okay, I like it.
What? Scoot Henderson getting picked to win Rookie of the Year by Stephen A. Smith over Wemby? This was a crazy take back. Everyone thought Wemby was going to win Rookie of the Year. Wemby was going into a Garbo Spurs team to start, and I don't even, why am I even talking about this? Everyone picked Wemby to win Rookie of the Year. What? Stephen A. what? Okay, I had to go back and add this because I forgot this even happened, but Scoot got diagnosed with like some prescription eye thing to start the season, and so he didn't want to wear contacts. So for his entire rookie season, he wore goggles. So keep that in mind after you see everything I'm about to talk about, okay? Okay, now it is officially preseason for the Blazers, and here's Scoot's games in 3 preseason games. All losses, but it's preseason, so who cares? But 22 points, 17 points, 8 points. Okay, he looks pretty. I mean, yeah, this is what we about expected from Scoot. It's 3rd overall pick, one of the best guard prospects of all time, preseason. He's probably taking it chill, just trying to get some nice NBA reps in. He looks good. He also looked good in Summer League. We're excited for Scoot. Yeah. The Blazers going into the season had no expectations to make the playoffs, to play in anything. Everyone knew they were going to tank this year. So the main highlight was Scoot Henderson and how the team would develop the young talent. Okay, Scoot's first game as an NBA pro in the regular season, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers, 5 for 11. I mean, what do you expect? He's a rookie. It's his first game ever. Yeah, I mean, not the best game, not the worst game. Maybe expected a little bit more, but not bad. Okay. All right, first 4 game. No, 7, 4. Wait, no. Surely he's not this bad, right? Let's go into these games and see the full stats. Okay, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 for 12, 5 turnovers, 5 fouls. Okay, it's his second game ever. Okay, let's give him a break. Let's go to the next game. All right, next game, 4 points, 4 turnovers, 5 fouls, 2 for 7, 0 for 4 from 3. What's going on? I mean, it's his first 3 games. That excuse is getting kind of old now, but I mean, what else do you want me to say? Oh God, it keeps getting worse. 11, 4, and 7 too. Okay, that's not bad. Wait, 4 for 12, 0 for 6 from 3. He hasn't even hit a 3 yet. He fouls out of the game, 4 turnovers. I mean, this game is a little bit better, but geez. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Scoot sprains his ankle and misses 9 games in a row. And everyone was kind of talking, is he a bust? I mean, he played like 5 games and was absolute garbage, and now he sprains his ankle and he's out. Was he playing on a sprained ankle before, and now he's just getting a rest? Some people were giving him grace. Some people were actually flaming him. It was kind of a mix at the time. Obviously, people were overreacting. It's his first couple games of the season. Here's a little summary I got from Google to show you guys. But yeah, it's a reality check highlighting the gap between G League and NBA efficiency. A lot of people were questioning if his Russell Westbrook-like athleticism was just shown because he was playing against G Leaguers. And a lot of people were calling him a bust, and other people were like, nah, he's got the tools, just give him some time, and let's just wait until he gets back from this ankle injury. Okay, he's back from his ankle injury, and okay, it still looks kind of rough. The only thing we can really see here is in the games, he's not scoring any points. He is getting some assists. But, I mean, this is looking rough, man. I don't know. Okay, the first double-double for Scoot coming in December. 23 points, 10 assists. Okay, this is a flash. We're seeing some growth here. We're seeing that he can actually maybe be a serviceable point guard. Let's just say the rest of 2023 for Scoot Henderson was just the definition of inconsistency. I mean, he would have games like this, 4 points And then he would turn around and have games like this, really good double-doubles that, we're expecting from him coming into a team where he basically has the keys. And the Blazers at this time were really, really, really bad. I'm pretty sure they were last in the West. They ended that year last in the West. They were not winning that many games. They were losing a lot of games. But nobody really cared. They just wanted to see if Scoot was actually good or not. They wanted to see if he was a bust. At this point, a lot of people were already counting him out. They were like, I've seen enough. The first couple of games where he was fouling out and having high turnovers and low points, that's enough for me. While a lot of other people still believed in him and still gave him a shot. Whoa, what a game for Scoot believers. 33 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, only 3 turnovers, 3 steals, 4 threes. Whoa, he did take 31 shots, but 2024 Scoot is coming different, man. Is he going to go for an all-rookie team? Is this guy going to go for a rookie of the year? What's going on here? Cap, in common Scoot fashion, he follows that performance with a 7-point performance, an 11-point, 10-point, low point performances, a couple good 19-point performances there, but the inconsistency is just too much for him to really get viewed as, the 3rd overall pick and prospect that everybody thought he was. Who you calling a bust, bro? Who you calling a bust? 30 points and 15 shots, 74% true shooting, only 2 turnovers, 30 bomb in your mouth. Who you talking to? Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. Scoot would play 1 more game after that and then miss 2 games with a left foot sprain. And then he would play 2 games after that and then miss 8 games with a left adductor strain. This is his technically 3rd injury of the season. So Blazers fans are a little bit nervous. Is this guy fragile? What's going on here? He's getting hurt a lot. We just want him to play and develop, but he's not playing because he's hurt. I'm a little nervous here. He would come back from that left adductor strain and put up the most Scoot stat lines you would ever see. Very inconsistent games, low scoring, some high assist games. You never know what you're going to get from this guy on a night-to-night basis, and we're nearing the end of his rookie season here, and the overall consensus is that he's a little bit of a letdown at this current moment. All right, let's see. There's only a few games left of the season, and oh my gosh, Scoot is 30 bombs, 6 threes made, a bunch of double-doubles, 15 assists. Oh my gosh, Scoot, he's ending the season looking like the Scoot that we all knew and loved in the pre-draft process. Yo, let's go, Scoot. Okay, what a strong way to end the season, man. And after that roller coaster of a rookie year, here are the final statistics. 14 points, 3 rebounds, 5.5 assists, almost a steal a game, 28 minutes a game, 38% from the field, 32% from 3. Efficiency is something to be worked on, but 81% from the line, basically 82. And okay, it looks like the numbers aren't as bad as maybe we thought they were, but the efficiency, obviously true shooting, everything is really low. But you can work on that. I mean, he's young. He's a young guy. This isn't as bad as we all thought. All right, didn't mean to highlight Trace Jackson Davis here, but here's the all-rookie teams. Scoot left out just behind Desar Thompson and Trace Jackson Davis. We were expecting him to make an all-rookie team, let's be honest, going into the season. But Brandon Pajemski, Kaysen Wallace, guards that were just better than him, maybe because they were on better teams. I don't know. The Blazers ended 21-61. They were last in the West, one of the worst teams in the league. So, yeah, Scoot's going to miss out on that all-rookie team, and it definitely burns for Scoot believers to see that, even after that amazing stretch to end the season. So, obviously, the Blazers were one of the worst teams in the league, but that means they have one of the best lottery odds for the number 1 pick in one of the weakest draft classes we've honestly ever seen, and they ended up falling all the way to the 7th pick, but it actually worked out for them because they ended up drafting Donovan Clingan, and they also had the 14th pick in the draft. But this is when they used that pick to do something really good. Yes, they trade for Denny Avdia. They ended up trading Malcolm Brogdon, the 14th pick, another pick, and then 2 future seconds. That 14th pick turned out to be Bub Carrington, and he ended up having a pretty good rookie year. But they get Denny Avdia, a big forward, someone that they would need on the team to fill some gaps. And obviously, no one thought he would be the star he is right now. But when they drafted him, they expected him to be a very, very good player on this team and someone that would fit in and be a long-tenured Blazer. So, amazing trade from the Blazers front office here. And so, moving on into the summer. For Summer League, Scoot would actually sit out this Summer League. You can see him there with Jabari Walker and Denny. A lot of people wanted Scoot to play in the Summer League. After his rookie year, they're like, yo, he can get some more reps. The Blazers elected to just not play him in the Summer League. And this is something I think he should have played in the Summer League. They had Shaedon Sharpe playing in the Summer League after his first year, and I don't know. I don't know why they didn't play him.
Now that you have a couple months of distance from it, kind of what do you look back on about your rookie season and kind of what you learned from it?
I look back at the good food that I had. Yeah.
What? This guy showed up to media day fried, dude. Are we serious? Look at him. This dude's zooted out of his mind, bro. He must have lost a bet or something, dude. This is 2024 media day going into his second year, bro. What? Basically, the rest of this interview, he's just pretty basic stuff. Just asked, what did you work on? He says pretty much everything. Are you going to be a starter? Do you want to be a starter? He's like, it's not up to me. So pretty basic interview here going into this season. But yeah, this is a big season for Scoot. Second year, trying to overcome some of those rookie year slumps, inconsistencies. Chapter 3, second year Scoot. The Blazers were going into this year with pretty much the same expectations as last year, maybe a little bit higher because they got Denny. But one thing about this year is Shaedon Sharpe starts the year off injured with a left shoulder tear, I think it was. And so this would give Scoot a great opportunity, right? Well, he starts the year off coming off the bench, which is a little interesting. And the Blazers would get blown out in the opener by 40 points. And in this game, Scoot would have 22 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, decent shooting, actually pretty bad, 38%, and didn't hit a 3, so never mind on that. But this is how Scoot starts off his second year, so not bad, not bad. All right, let's see how Scoot would follow that up. Yikes, yeah, this is not the look we were looking for here to start Scoot's sophomore year off. Looks like all that good food he was eating did not translate to scoring baskets. So, yikes. This is a different screenshot. He ended up, getting hurt a little bit. He missed, I think it was 8 games. He played 1 game in between, had 17 and 9. So there we go. There's a decent game. But another injury for Scoot, missing a little bit of the season here. And he would bounce back after that injury, doing kind of the same thing he was doing before the injury. Oh, this is getting exhausting being a Scoot Henderson believer. It's definitely difficult to keep rooting for this guy. It's a game winner against the Jazz. Oh my God, we're so back. Scoot's cooking again. Let's go. He's got that clutch gene in him. Every time you give me something good, you just can't give me something terrible. Why do you have to do this to me, Scoot Henderson? Just be good, please. At this point of the year, the Blazers were really bad. They were like 13 and 28 or something, but Scoot would have his first flash of the season, dropping 39 points, 8 threes, 72% shooting, 6 assists. I mean, this was the game we're all been waiting for. All those bad games, inconsistent games, leads up to this one, even though they got belted by the Nets in this game and they still lost. At least Scoot had a good game finally this season. So it had been a pretty uneventful second year for Scoot, but the Blazers randomly in 2025 would go on a 10-1 streak, and they would actually end the season playing very good basketball. And so let's see what Scoot was doing during this streak. Okay, 11 points, 25 points, 4 points, 2 points. Yeah, man, just looks like every single other game the whole rest of the season. He has obviously some flashes. 25, 7, and 8 game is pretty good. And then he'll have games like back-to-back 4-point and 2-point games. And then against the Thunder, he drops 25. It's just, you never know what you're going to get from this guy, man. You just don't know. So Scoot would show some other flashes to end the season, like this 30-point game he had against the Knicks in a game winner against Mikal hit the game winner against the Blazers. But this was like the only other really, really good game he had. But yeah, he showed some flashes. And he would end the year sitting out. I don't know why it doesn't say it on this app, the real app, but he had a concussion, so he didn't play the last, I think it was 10 games of the season. So that would wrap up Scoot's second season. Very, very uneventful. Like I said, very uneventful. He actually ended up averaging pretty much less in every single category, points, rebounds, and assists. He averaged less turnovers, though. So instead of 3.4, he averaged 2.7. The field goal percentage was up. The three-point percentage was up. The true shooting was up. But overall, kind of just a very, very let down season. He didn't play as much as we would want him to as Blazers fans, and he came off the bench a lot of games, and a lot of people just started accepting that he might just be a six-man this season, not just this season, for the rest of his career. As you can see in this stat, he played more games in his second year and started less games. So kind of just a bench player here. Obviously, there's a lot of believers still that think he can, at this point, blossom into a starter. But a lot of people kind of just have said, let's just make him a six-man, the first guard off the bench type of energy guy. So for Scoot, now it was going into his second offseason in the NBA. We're going into his third season here coming up. And He would just be, working out with the team. Denny had blossomed kind of into the star. Shaden was kind of seen as the second guy. Klingon was great. And now it would be a pretty eventful offseason for the Blazers here. So the Blazers fans have been calling for an Anthony Simons trade for a while. Not because he's a bad player or anything, but just because he doesn't really match the team, I guess. They want a defensive style. Anthony's not really a defensive style. So the Blazers would trade Anthony Simons to the Celtics for Drew Holiday. So they're bringing in another point guard. Interesting. Blazers would also buy out DeAndre Ayton, which was one of Scoot's favorite teammates. You could tell on the court he loved to throw lobs to Ayton. He loved playing with him, pick and rolls, everything with that. But Ayton would get bought out and then sign with the Lakers. And then, I feel like that Scoot didn't really like this that much. Obviously, there's never anything that came out about that, but he was one of Scoot's favorite teammates. Final chapter, job insecurity. Blazers going into the 2025-26 season have aspirations to make the play-in or playoffs for the first time since the Dame era. And they decide to bring in 2 point guards, Blake Wesley, and then they sign two-way Caleb Love. Now, at the time, this didn't really matter. These were just seen as some depth pieces, as the Blazers point guards were Drew Holiday, Scoot, and then Blake Wesley and Caleb Love shown as like the third and fourth guys here. Oh no, well, Scoot tears his hamstring in camp, and he's looking to be out 4 to 8 weeks. That was a lie. It's going to be a lot longer than that. But let's pretend like we didn't know that. Okay, so Scoot's going to be out 4 to 8 weeks. So what does that mean? Someone's got to step up and take his role, and that guy was Blake Wesley. And now Blake Wesley would hop in and actually be a great addition to the Blazers. They were winning games start the season, and Blake Wesley was a crazy motor on defense. He was pushing the pace on offense, and it was looking good. And he even said himself, hey, if Scoot's injured, I'm going to take this opportunity and try to take the job. He said this. And then, Blake Wesley would break his foot mid-game. He still hasn't played a game to this date, mid-January here. And, what a sick sight to see. It's just, makes me sick to my stomach to see this. He was balling. And Drew Holiday was injured at this time, too. He has a left calf strain, so all sights are on Caleb Love now to be the Blazers point guard. Let's see how this goes. Wait, why is Caleb Love low-key cooking? Wait, hold on. Caleb's taking full advantage of this opportunity. Look at this new screenshot. Look at these games he's dropping. 26-7, 24-3, 20. Yo, dude, could this be the backup point guard the Blazers were looking for all this time? Scoot should be scared, man. If Caleb keeps playing like this, man, I don't know. In these last 10 games when the Blazers have been going on a crazy stretch of wins, he's averaging 16, 4, and 3, 43, 40. Oh my, wait, this guy's nice. He can shoot threes. This is the most consistent thing we've seen. I don't think we've ever seen this from Scoot. So the last time we saw something this consistent from Scoot was to end his rookie season. Could Caleb be the guy? And is this crazy to say? Like, he's balling. He's on a two-way. He's definitely going to get a contract now. Blake Wesley's time to shine is pretty much up. They've been looking for a backup point guard that can shoot threes, and he can. He's cooking. Is this the end of Scoot Henderson on the Blazers? I don't want to say this, but could the Blazers look to flip Scoot now? Maybe trade him to somewhere, and maybe he could have a better option, a better opportunity, because if Caleb Love keeps playing like this, they'd rather have a player that can sit back in that role and know that he doesn't have to be the star. And we don't know if Scoot's there yet. Obviously, he hasn't played a game this season. He could come back and be amazing. But, if you've watched the whole video up until this point, you know that he came into the sophomore season and it wasn't anything different from the rookie season. We didn't really see that much improvement. We actually saw, maybe a slight decline. And yes, I know this video is about everything that happened in Scoot Henderson's past up until this point, but his future is still a very long story waiting to be written, as he is very, very young. He's only technically in his third year in the NBA. Yes, he hasn't played a game yet, and it's been 41 games, and he was supposed to come back, early December, maybe mid-December, and he hasn't come back yet. And reports came out, he's just barely on 3-on-3 non-contact, so he might miss the entire year, honestly, if I had to guess at this point. But depending on when you're watching this, when I'm making this video, it's halfway through the 25-26 season. And for Scoot on the Blazers, who knows? They're 20-22 right now. They found their star in Denny, Shaden, and Klingon, and Tumani are all playing, and it seems like the core four for them. And it's I don't know where Scoot really fits on this team, as Drew Holiday has been a good point guard too. He's been hurt, but when he's been playing, he's been good. And where are the Blazers going to go? Are they going to keep Drew for the vet as long as he can? Are they going to try to insert Scoot? Is Caleb Love going to take that role? If Blake Wesley comes back, is he going to keep playing? Who knows really what's going on? But I'm a huge Blazers fan. I love Scoot Henderson. This video was a lot of fun to make. It took me a long time. So please subscribe, please like, please comment, and let me know your guys' thoughts on Scoot Henderson down below. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace.